Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is Transfers Live, and joining me, not as usual, the normal Joe, or my usual Joe, not that you're an abnormal Joe, but not Joe Smith, Joe McGrath's with us.
Long-winded intro, that, innit? Just to say my name.
Starting already? All right, sorry, Mr. Fucking professional radio presenter.
How are we? We okay? It's late, innit? Crikey. Tired, I'll tell you that. It's great to be here.
Do you need to sit down?
It's camera cam. This one, it's great to be here. It's great to be here. Can't wait to chat United.
What a start.
Can't wait to chat United. Great fun.
It's only going to get worse.
Thanks for the invite.
Don't worry about it, yeah?
They've got a nice machine since I've been here.
Yeah.
Great. But you might hear it in the background.
They've survived well, the ice cubes, because usually they go pretty quick in an ice machine.
But
You've had them for at least
it
a
makes
few
a weird
minutes.
noise though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very loud.
You probably hear that, but great.
But in this current climate, it's needed because it's warm.
Yeah, as you can see, you probably see me getting sweatier as the day goes on.
Sweaty boy.
What do you do with your head when it gets sweaty?
What do you mean? What, take it off? What do we want to do with it?
Like where?
Not much I can do.
Where does it go? Where does it go?
The sweat?
Yeah, because mine goes in my hair.
It flies off my head upwards.
Right.
No, it's like your sweat. It falls downwards.
All right, okay.
But what I use is...
Go on, no, there's some secrets
when
coming
I'm
out
jogging
here.
and that, I have a sweatband.
Nice. Do you?
Yeah, mate. On my wrist.
Did you know that, Cam?
I've got to, man, because it's getting me... I'm running around the canal, down the canal with sweat in your eyes. Next thing you know, you're falling. You're not a professor.
Did you see that video doing the rounds of them two bikers banging into each other?
No, what?
I'll show you that after the show. Yeah. Right. Corner, bang, they don't see each other, bang, he goes in the canal.
Really?
You seen that? Yeah, people
I always worry me,
you
know, because I've got my headphones on.
Yeah.
Some of them cyclists.
What would you like to listen to when you're running?
Obviously, Joe McGrath's latest.
What do you
podcast.
mean? You have to say that, you know, but thank you anyway. Thank you. Great to be here. Great to be here.
I listen to also. I'm very boring, me, Joe. It's all like, the usual mank indie stuff.
Yeah.
So like the Stone Roses and then Joy Division.
I love Flow Rider, me, when I'm running.
Flow Rider?
Yeah.
What?
I really do.
All that.
Flow Rider. I get a good feeling.
Bell bottom jeans.
Yeah. That one gets me going as well.
All that.
Yeah, Flow Rider. Yeah, love it. Honestly, it's great.
When he turned up at the Eurovision.
I know, that was weird, wasn't it?
I was fuming, mate. Let's just draft in American rappers.
And he was... And
Eurovision. What was all that about?
I'm sure they got zero.
Was it San Marino?
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, we digress. There's a fucking transfer show
we're
doing. Never mind talking about bell-bottom jeans, whatever it is. So do you want to hear what we're talking about tonight?
Of course.
When it comes to transfers. Ben White.
Yeah.
One of my favourite Brighton defenders. Super League fines.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, United won't be thinking about going in the European Super League again after these fines that we've been handed out.
Really?
No, not really. Absolutely pathetic. Some kid called Jadon Sancho.
Heard of him?
I'm not doing the Jason Sanchez thing anymore because it's just people keep going on like it's done now, it's dead, it's not funny. We just call him Jason Sanchez.
Yeah,
and I feel like...
It's done, is it finished?
I think it is. Some others on the channel may disagree. Get involved in the comments if you want. Also get involved in the comments and hit like and give us a subscribe if you're not doing as well. Talking about Harry Kane, how he's not coming to United, is he really?
It's a pipe dream, innit? But unbelievable if he does, though. Unbelievable if he does.
Literally unbelievable. David De Gea, he's got some decisions to make. Harry Maguire, injuries.
What do you mean?
Injuries.
Yeah, but what's that for? Yeah, but he's all right.
Yeah, no, but he's injured.
Yeah, but he literally played every single game for us.
We literally didn't play every single game for us.
He tried.
I'm pretty sure he didn't play the last few games of the season.
Yeah, but he tried his best. He got injured.
You just said he literally played every single game for us.
He's got injured.
I'm taking you up on that comment because he literally
all right,
didn't.
Yeah, but he didn't, but he would
So he
though.
literally didn't then, did he?
No, but he's the thing.
So
what
don't misuse the word literally then.
So you're going in to say we need someone to replace him?
No, what are you fucking...
I thought that was like, we're going to replace him. No, what are you going
He's injured
for?
because he's going to miss the Croatia game, and all of a sudden you've taken that to me.
I thought you
I hate Harry Maguire.
Should we keep him
Because I went,
or not? Is it alright if I just tell Becky that Saeed's at the door with a chocolate fudge cake? Right, desserts.
Yeah, just do what you got to do, mate. Don't let the fact you're on a live show.
No, that's why the phone was there. I'm not unprofessional. Now I'll put the phone over there.
Messaging people about fudge
No,
cakes.
I just needed to know she got a chocolate fudge cake.
I just want to establish that this wasn't a criticism about Maguire.
It was because you need to work on your ums then.
Right, go on.
Because you went Harry Maguire.
He's going to miss the...
Right, okay.
But you jumped down my throat and started telling lies.
Should have let you finish your sentence.
You should have. Very rude. Hannibal Mejbri. Can I finish this one?
You
don't like him now? Is that how it is? He could be going out on loan. And also Justin Cochran, the new academy boss taking over, so we'll talk a little bit about him as well. Get involved in the comments as always. Let us know any transfer stories you've got, what you think of our transfer stories, anything you want to say, and we will discuss it as well. We had Mike McGrath, your name, cousin, from the Telegraph on with me and Ronaldo Brown on the Tail on Transfer podcast. Nice, good stuff, Mike McGrath. He was talking about Kieran Trippier and Jack Grealish isn't coming.
Do you think he's the better McGrath?
Are you two?
Yeah.
Impossible.
You
can't improve on perfection.
You hear that, Mike?
You're right. The tier list of McGraths, in my humble opinion,
and mine,
is Joe, Paul, and Mike. I like all three of them for different reasons, but you're the top tier. Peter Andrew Flatley says, met Jay outside the studio after the Europa League final, top bloke, stayed talking for a few minutes, even though me and my cousin were pissed. I did stay, and I had to go and get my tram, and I'm sorry I said to you, I remember saying I've really got to go and get my tram because I actually missed it. But,
I bet you did, yeah, because I'm just figuring out the time
in my
head.
Peter, and it was good to chat to you because you were good lads and he got my spirits up after what was a shambles of a performance. Right, so, Tom Greenwell says, where's my chocolate fudge cake?
Do
you know him?
I don't know.
Right, well,
who? What's he called?
Tom Greenwell.
Tom Greenwell?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to send a chocolate fudge cake to you.
Right.
Oh. Well, unless there's like a like limit, you know, sometimes you want a certain amount of likes on a video.
All right, so we do that then.
Yeah,
okay, we're on 93 likes. If we get to...
Get that up.
All right, if we get to...
1,000.
1,000 likes, Joe will send Tom Greenwell
a fudge cake.
A chocolate fudge cake, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. We've just jumped up to about 200 likes after that. I'm not joking. Right, we'll start.
And this is whilst we're live. I'm not having it in 2 weeks' time. Cam calls me.
Do you know me and him ended up at Old Trafford on one night, the night Ed Woodward got sacked. Yeah. We said, was it 5,000 likes? We got, or 10,000 likes, we got Old Trafford. And then we got it.
Yeah, so okay. Well, it stops after this live. I'm not having 2 weeks, 3 weeks' time.
Right, so 1,000 likes. Tom Greenwell gets his chocolate fudge cake off Joe McGrath, hand delivered as well.
What?
So you've got to go and take it round to him. I don't know where Tom lives, but you're going round there, so you better get your bus pass out. So yeah, well, that's guaranteed, nailed on. Gets to 1,000 likes. Ben White, do you rate him or what? Or is he a...
Well, he's a bit of a oomph, to be fair.
Is he really?
I'm excited to see if he'll be Southgate's, featuring Southgate's England team. Some tournaments can make or break players and some tournaments can maybe make players look better than they are. So worried that maybe Ben might have a flurry of nice performances. We get him in and sometimes he might buckle under the pressure. I think he looks good in the Brighton side. I think that does well for him. Let's look at across the road, you know, when City brought in Nathan Ake and clearly Pep just didn't see anything, or clearly Pep thought he saw something in him. And then when he's actually looked at his abilities, maybe him playing in a bigger team, he's just not translated his football to the City side. I don't want us to take a step back when we get defenders in, so possibly Ben White. I'm excited. If he does well, fair enough. But when you say we bring in Harry Maguire, you know, Harry Maguire, yeah, he was playing for Leicester, but he was a good Leicester team. Do you know what I mean? And he was the standout performer, and he is now England captain. Ben White hasn't had a Harry Maguire-esque season where, yeah, he's been good, but has he had a world-class season? Not yet. So maybe we keep an eye on him and maybe something down the line. But how much is he going to cost?
Well, this is it. You see there for the graphic.
50?
I mean, but Christ. To be fair, a 23-year-old England international with Premier League experience, you were always going to pay there or thereabouts, weren't you?
Yeah.
Let's have it right, because, you know, I get everything you've just said there about...
Is he starting for you in England then?
No, not for me. Not unless there's injuries, because I think if he plays a back three, then, I mean, I'll tell you what, I prefer Ben White to Tyrone Mings.
Yeah.
I don't rate Tyrone Mings at all.
No. Tyrone Mings is he's just big, isn't he?
He's just a big thug. He just goes around just elbowing and stamping on people.
Crazy
and then everyone those people go, you know, he's not really like that. And someo's getting stretched off with blood all over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's
what was the Watergate where he literally, it was like something off American football, rugby union, like, bang, in the first Watergate game.
For England in a friendly.
Crazy.
He didn't just like sort of body check him, he just elbowed him in the face. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?
We don't need that. We've had a flurry of crazy centre-backs at United. Rojo, wild. Bailly, whatever you think of him, he is wild, isn't he? Let's not forget the man he did overhead kick in the Europa League final to try and clear the ball.
Eric Bailly, like, is decent on the ball, is a good defender who's just made of glass, and he's a bit crackers.
Yeah. He's crackers.
Yeah. Tyrone Mings is just
He's crackers as well.
Just not very good.
We need someone who's got a steady hand.
Yeah.
And if Ben White is that guy, then yeah, I'll take everything back. I just
like, because I get where you're coming from with the whole wait for a season, but there's a school of thought that says, well, if we'd have got Harry Maguire from Sheffield United or earlier on, then we wouldn't have paid 80 million.
Does Harry Maguire mature to the level he is at if he comes to United straight away?
I think someone like Harry Maguire would have become the player he is, regardless of whether he comes to United.
He would have stepped up straight away.
I would have think. Well, but the point is, if Ben White comes in and we have him for sort of a season, and he gets used to Manchester United, he gets sort of agreed. Next season, he's the player we want him to be. Is it worth getting for him now for 50 rather than waiting? And he might become an established international, and we might end up paying 70, 80 million for him.
True.
Oh, then the Glazers go, well, we're not paying 80 million for fucking Ben White and Brighton.
What year does Harry Maguire come in? When Fergie leaves, like 14, 15? 2014, 15?
No, maybe 50, yeah, maybe 14, 15. Maybe.
But
it was Hull, wasn't it? It was Hull, where
Yeah.
he started to look like a decent player.
And
then, because Leicester got him.
Yeah.
And this is the thing now, like they got Ndidi, didn't they? They got Tielemans, who we've been linked with. And it's like, can we get there first on some of these players? And I feel like maybe Ben White might be that type of player.
Okay.
But, I mean, listen, he's one of them was Ben White. Decent player. Brighton have done okay this season. I don't think Brighton's problems have been defensively, although they have conceded quite a few goals. It's more the fact they can't finish the dinner. But he's not the sort of one where you go, title challenge, Ben White. Title challenge now, Ben White's there. And that's no disrespect to him, but he's not that calibre yet.
If you think about it, you'd have the back five, Henderson, if he comes on number one, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka are full-backs, and then Ben White, Maguire. Full English back five, I don't think that's been done for a long, long time, has it?
mean, yeah, that's by the by, really. Isn't it? If they're decent enough, I'm not really bothered, but we have concerns there, though, don't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if that was the back five, I think you'd probably look at it and go, is that a title?
It's solid, though.
It's solid.
If Ben White is the player that's going to mature and learn off Maguire, then that's a solid back five.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments whether do you think 50 million for Ben White is good enough?
That's too much, that, for me.
Yeah. Gibbo says not for 50 million, though. Abhinav Pandey says England international in inverted commas. Ross Murphy says, Mings, how's he going to the Euros? He had a bad season. Matt Bragger says Cyril Mings is a giraffe. I mean, he's all right, Cyril Mings. I don't hating on him a lot. I think he's just a bit of a thug. Do you know what I mean?
He's not, you know, he doesn't shy away from being a thug. That incident that you tweeted about the other day.
He stamps on that face as well. He just stamps on, remember when he stamps on, didn't he stamp on Zlatan as well?
Yeah.
Remember when Zlatan properly give him an elbow?
Zlatan,
I think, was it Ricardo Pereira or whatever the lad's name was in the Championship? Get anyone who get involved in the comments where he cut all his face. I forget the lad's name. It was pretty horrific. People saying 35 million max. Who was that? Owen Plum said that. Melvin Geever's gone lower. He says 25 million tops. Baksar Surya Kumar, forgive me if I butchered that one, says too much. Varane Kunde will be available for about 60 million. 50 million is too much for Ben
Too much.
White.
I'd say with the way you described him maturing, and it is a slight risk. I know we spent more money on bigger risks, but 50 million is quite, you know, and I really do think when it
Nelson
comes to,
Oliveira, sorry, that was the one.
It really does come to splashing the cash. You know, everything's been hit a bit harder from the pandemic. I wonder, will even the football world be you know, look at the cuts and look at the money and think that is a big risk, that 50 million. 50 million is a lot of money in it, really.
Of course it is.
I think there's been a reality check.
Well, you know, 50 million now is probably what 30 million was a couple of years ago. Do you know what I mean?
That's a risk, though. I mean, what did we buy Rio for? I know,
not 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I didn't know how far. I still think.
Like 2018, not in 2001.
I still think a couple of years ago is like 2002, 5.
How much did we buy Brian Robson for?
No, that's too far.
I mean, like, you know, sort of 2017, 2018, you're picking up the likes of Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelofs for 30, 35 million. Now, those players of that ilk, of that level, are probably around 50 million. Do you know what I mean? I think it has become 50 million's almost become the norm for an international.
It's weird, player. That, isn't it?
Yeah, and I know it's a lot of money. I'm not arguing with you on that front. Of course it is, but the sort of the big signings now, where you're 70, 80 million, 50 million. I mean, Man City spend that on 4 or 5 players every summer, don't they? It's not like it's not a big deal to them. So yeah, I think we're all sort of.
But do you know what I mean? I brought in that Nathan Ake. What about him? His career, Bournemouth, I mean, I know they went down.
Didn't he have injury issues this
He's
season?
got injury issues, but he's not getting that. He's not getting in that starting four, is he?
Well, it's weird though with City, because you're right, but with City, John Stones was like the forgotten man, and it was like Laporte was the one they all raved about.
Yeah.
Then they brought in Diaz, and everyone thought Laporte
They've got
and
about
Diaz.
7 different
I
centre
know,
backs.
and then all of a sudden John Stones just said, "Hang on a minute."
Yeah, and he's got back.
Put me and Diaz together, and it works like a treat, unfortunately. Abe Nagpal says 2022 Varane plus Pogba, free agents plus Zidane to PSG. So he thinks
I've
everyone's
just had an
going.
idea.
Go on. Yeah.
Did anyone hear that at home? Yeah, I'm in for that. What did he mention about Varane and Pogba? What does he mean?
Well, next season in 2022 they're both free agents. Ooh. So they could all go. He thinks plus Zidane they could all go to PSG. I don't know about that one.
PSG, I think PSG's just gone downhill, hasn't it?
Gone downhill.
It's great. I think it had its moment in the sun and it just didn't capture it. They're just bottle jobs, aren't they?
I think PSG
Can't even win the French league anymore.
That's what happens when you appoint Maurizio Pochettino. He's just bottles of two.
They won. What did they win? Basically, their version of the League Cup.
Yeah, and because the people he's got a big fan base on social media, hasn't he, Poch? There's people.
Really?
Yeah, because I
saw some people coming for me,
and people were sending me pictures of him with the French Cup, and if you honestly think that's why they sacked Tuchel because they just wanted the French Cup,
they love the French Cup.
Fucking deluded. They brought in Pochettino because a minimum expectation was winning the league. The hopeful thing was he'll win the Champions League as well, or get to the final. And he just flops in the Champions League and lost the league to Lille. So it wasn't a great...
Lille must be buzzing.
Well, no, because obviously they are buzzing, but now everyone's picking the bones of that team, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like, remember Lyon a few years ago? We had a really good team, and then everyone just was like, we'll have a bit of that. We'll have
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is. But I think for those clubs, that they probably expect it. I'm not saying it's good, but they probably think, we can have a great season. We have our, we win the title, and then we sell players, and that keeps us going forever, basically. Yeah. So it's a shame because I'd like to see sort of teams that have done well and stick together and stuff like that. But it's going to happen to a lesser extent, even to Atletico, isn't it? Some of that players.
That is the thing about the Premier League. I mean, do you know when the Super League stuff was going on? And we'll talk about this a bit later on. But everyone's saying, "Oh, look how the German clubs do it. They're 50+1 and all that fan owned." But if I was, the fan owned, but they all just give to Munich. It's unbelievable. Yeah. They're changing managers this year. They're handing them over the best players. They pick up. I wouldn't be happy if I was a fan like that. The Premier League, there would be no way if, say, City someone beat City to the league, and City just picked apart their best team. They just wouldn't do it because it's just a bit more competitive in this league, and that's what I do like about the Premier League. We don't just give to one club and make them just even better than they already were. That's a little rant. I probably should have said
No, it's good.
The Super League chat.
No, it's good, and you can repeat.
Because that's coming up all on the show today.
Yes, it is.
Going forward.
Right. Should we talk about Jadon Sancho?
Yes.
Oh, no, we shouldn't. I'm talking rubbish. You're right. Super Leagues are coming up. Should we talk about the Super League?
Yeah, this is mad. This
is fucking pathetic, isn't it? Right? Do you remember the furore over the Super League? Spurs, Arsenal, United,
you were
City,
at Old Trafford,
Chelsea,
chaos.
the Scousers all said we're going to do our own thing with the Super League. The football world was rocked.
Petr Cech came out and calmed everyone down.
Yeah, they stopped the coach, didn't they?
Yes.
United got a game postponed. It was all
It was madness.
People at the training ground down at Carrington, we were having it. I
weed all over the seat in anger.
What seat?
What
seat?
Oh, carry on.
What seat?
Nothing. Sorry. Shouldn't have said that.
You weird all over your own seat, your toilet seat. I'll show these fucking glazers. You mean like, what have you done that for? That has no effect whatsoever.
Yeah, I thought it'd get back to them in some way. But it didn't. That was my protest. Dirty one in my own bathroom.
That's what I used to do. I used to do the press conference at City. I used to leave the taps running.
Did you?
That'll teach them.
Oh, do you ever do that in primary school? We get some toilet paper, get it all wet. Bang!
Yeah, have a bit of that, eh?
Yeah.
Block the toilet and all
that. We don't condone that. We don't condone. I only weed on the seat in my own house.
Yeah, and I
wouldn't do it here.
And the taps at the City press conference is one of them. If you leave them on for a while, they just turn themselves off.
Right, one of the push ones. You brought in sellotape, duct tape, like that.
So some may argue it was a pretty pathetic attempt at a protest, but I was there in a professional capacity. The Super League finals, as you can see from the graphic. And I look at it, he goes, Big Six clubs to pay 20 million settlement to Premier League. Okay, 20 million quid each. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Not a lot, but it's a chunk.
Is that cool?
But it's not each, Joe. It's combined.
No bloody
way, my friend.
20 million combined. We're going to pay that. We're going to pay 50 million for a guy who might be a good centre half.
It says
More
here, I've got
double.
the Premier League statement. As a gesture of goodwill, the clubs have collectively agreed to make a contribution, sorry, that's slightly wrong, my fault, of £22 million.
Right, couple more.
Which
million.
will go towards the good of the game, including new investment in support for fans, grassroots football, and community programmes.
How many teams was from the England end? Was it 4?
6.
6. Does that divide well? 22 into...
22 into 6.
Do you think some... Right, do the maths. Is that like 3 million each? No.
Is it 3.5 or something?
3.5 million each.
Something like that, yeah. So I'm going to do it here
I wonder how they got that. I wonder how they came to that conclusion.
It's 3.6 recurring.
Really? You'd round it up, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I don't think they're asked. I don't think they're asked about
3.6 recurring?
I don't think they're bothered. Yeah, well, that's what they've come to anyway. Maybe one of them's paying an extra £1.
Someone's going to have to.
And that, yeah, maybe they have like
Frankie.
a big game of rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. I
Something
love rock, paper, scissors.
Do you?
Love it.
Really?
Love it. What a game. What?
Yeah? Are you any
Game
good
now?
at it? Are you any good at it?
Yeah. I know what you're going to pick before you pick it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Is it on 3, yeah?
So you go, well, this practice, yeah?
Right.
Duh.
Ah, you shit, man. Beat you. 1-0. 1-0, loser.
I thought we were going to go rock.
Take the L. After all that, bigging yourself up about how good you are.
No. I
You've
just said I
literally lost
enjoy
the
it.
only
I just said I
time
enjoy it.
You said you knew what I was going to do as well.
No, I tried to get in your head. It didn't work, did it?
Psychological warfare.
I got my own head.
Mate, seriously, go and work on your game, yeah? We'll have another one next month. Joseph Pham, sorry, got your name wrong.
What happened then, Cam?
Welcome to the Academy, thanks for all your support. In fact, not welcome to the Academy, welcome to the first team, thanks for your support. This fine though, there is a sort of another caveat. It says here from the Premier League statement, each of the 6 clubs, if they do it again, will could face similar actions that lead to, they commit similar actions will lead to a 30-point deduction.
What?
Right? So there's your fucking...
City would still win the league this year.
Yeah, just win it by a point. And also will be subject to an additional £25 million fine.
That's crazy, isn't it? I thought you were going to say the caveats were from the clubs and they were going to do that thing. Do you know what you see on viral videos when they pay in 1 pennies?
Yeah.
Do you know when they pay parking tickets in 1p's? They're cocky, aren't they?
You just get a fucking like JCB to turn up outside FA headquarters. Here's your fucking 3.66 recurring.
Stick these up your ass, loads of 2p's.
There's fucking 8 tons worth of copper there. Sift through that. And the joke's on them because we paid them by about 4p, but we'll never fucking realise. So there's none of that. If they do it again, they could get a 30-point deduction and have to pay £25 million.
That's not fun, is it? Oh no.
I mean, it was a shambolic idea, and it wasn't just the fact it was a shambolic idea. The way it was announced and released was awful. It was just like they tried to just go, oh, by the way, we've got this new thing that's going to, sort of
considering how much money these people
for the worse forever.
Considering how much money these people have, like, you would have thought the execution would have been better.
There wasn't even like a video.
There wasn't
any interviews with anyone.
They paid for a website domain.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It was like proper almost. They thought of it in the morning and trying to make it happen in the afternoon.
Yeah, and it was
just
so
bad. And considering there was like this, what was it,
Idiots.
$6 billion investment or whatever it was from like that they had in funding. Why was it so shit?
Yeah, why? Who's the strategy? Like you give a good bit of money to someone to execute the plan better. Nightmare. Anyway, I'm glad it wasn't better because
no, well we didn't.
We could have been in it because God knows if it was executed better.
I imagine that like playing Spurs 4 times a season. I mean, if you win it as well, what are they fucking enjoying that and we've won the Super League?
Yeah, it's
not
not
great,
great,
is
it?
It's not like, how did you get on? Did you fucking play
I
Bayern Munich?
thought of a good idea.
Play Ajax? Play fucking Paris Saint-Germain? Play Atletico? No, Atletico.
I thought of a good idea. Do you know that? I know it's a bit mad every year. Wouldn't mind something like that every 4 years, like a World Cup.
Yeah.
They all get together over a month and we do like a World Cup of clubs.
Oh, right.
I know there is one now. I know
you could do one internationally.
I know you do.
Call it the World Cup,
I know, I've heard that. But I thought, what about if it's a Club World Cup? I know that you win it if you go Champions League, that's a load of shite. But imagine getting all the big clubs together once every 4 years, getting a bit wild and doing it that way.
Well,
So
like
not
a
every
World
year.
Club.
Yeah. Groups, knockouts. It's coming home
In the
kind
summer.
of vibes. Yeah, in the
Not
summer.
like the World Cup,
Not like
that we have after the season. At the end of the season, sorry. Or is it the beginning of the season, the World Cup?
Yeah,
Is it,
it's sometimes,
It kicks off the season, doesn't it? But like an actual tournament.
Yeah.
The only trouble with that is, and it's a good idea, but you've got all the different organisations internationally. They'll want some players for like the CONCACAF or whatever it is, the Copa America, sorry, or the World Cup, the actual World Cup, or the Euros, or the, you know, I think the African Cup of Nations is different in it because it's in January. Yeah. But if you can, logistically, you could come under some, face some problems. But it's quite a nice idea.
It's a nice idea, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
I mean every 4 years.
Every 4 years, do you know what I mean? Why not? James Drinkwater says this new guy's pretty funny. I presume he means you.
No, I'm not
You're not
new.
new. I use it. You've been here since the Devil's
been
days.
Here since the Devil's days.
Like, we used to have the radio show, didn't we? The phone-in.
Yeah, we had the phone-in. I was here.
Me and Joe Webby.
Thursday.
Well, it was mainly him and Webby, and I used to get invited on it now and again. Funny. Usually last minute when someone drops out.
No, you were always on it. You ran the show anyway. It was your show.
It's Webby's show. We had some good callers on there, though.
Great callers. I missed that Scottish guy. I hope he's still alive. Do you remember Scottish Stewart?
Yeah, I remember him, yeah.
You used to get naked at Piccadilly Gardens when United won.
Yeah.
Call up live from Piccadilly Gardens.
Might be up by now, to be honest with you.
Hey, used to helicopter on air. You could hear it, couldn't you?
It was a serious cutting-edge show, as you could tell. Hey, it was very professional. It's practically like Radio 2. Right, should we move on then to the Jadon Sancho news? Because let's face facts, that's what most people...
I've actually got news, yeah?
What do you mean if we actually got news?
You know what? I just know what you're up to, you lot here.
What do you mean you lot? You're part of them, mate.
Stick his name in the title and then say, he's tied.
Listen, that's you out the fucking...
tied his shoelace 2 times today.
You are officially out the magic circle now, son.
No,
you are fucking
I create the
circle. Do you know what I mean?
I own the circle.
You do not come on here and start saying these sort of things. That's not what we do. We look at the stories and we report on those stories.
I'm excited.
Right?
What's this?
So as you can see, right? Do you rate Sky Sports? Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them.
Yeah?
I've heard of them.
Quite reputable.
I'm hoping that they buy the rights to my Club World Cup idea in 4 years.
They might come up with it though. They might say we thought.
No.
Have you got any copyright? Have you patented
this video?
Right. So you're going to say
this video needs a TM next to it. Can you do that?
And then they'll just get one of their lawyers, not even the main lawyer, just like one of their intern lawyers, and just go, just deal with this shit. And they might get some money though. They might pay you off.
Don't like Sky anymore.
Hey, what would it take to pay you off if they said, right, Joe, we're going to nick your World Club?
Really?
Idea, yeah. How much has he got? So you'd say, like,
couple grand.
Couple of grand though. You might get that. Yeah. It's that low for him. They'll probably go, yeah, right, fucking.
Need a new sofa.
What about if he cut out the middleman and just got you a new sofa?
Can I pick it?
Yeah.
Corner one.
All right, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
deal.
Yeah? Huh? Right. So, I've not got any influence on Sky whatsoever.
I lost myself for a minute there. I thought I was in the...
negotiating table. We've done it.
Deal.
You've got to go, I've got us a new sofa. All that needs to happen is
any minute now.
Sky just needs to follow my idea of this World Club Cup.
Great idea though, isn't it?
Anyway, Sky Sports, from their reporter in Germany, Jesko von Eichmann, believes Manchester United will pay the necessary money to sign Sancho from Borussia Dortmund this summer. Now, the reason why, but that's the Sky Germany reporter, so that is literally Sky Sports Germany reporter, seems to have a lot of credibility there. He says he thinks this is going to get over the line. The only sticking point we know from everyone else we've spoken to, and other people have been saying it, United and Jadon Sancho pretty much got an agreement. It's whether United are going to pay the money. Sky Germany say they are.
Do they know how much they want, or is it still that 100 mil above mark?
The sort of the latest reports say. I'm going to get into one of these comments in a minute. I will get into your comments because I know what you've been commenting. It looks like it's going to be around the 85 to 90 million pound mark.
Okay.
And now there's talk that United will offer 77 million pounds. Plus some add-ons to bump it up to like 90 million quid. There's talk that Dortmund want it more sort of at 90 million, no add-ons, just fucking give us the money.
My worry is he has an absolutely storming Euros, and then you were looking at even more money and eating up a budget that could be paid for another player. And I know we like Sancho, he's unbelievable. He'll be an unbelievable talent, one for the future. We'll get so many seasons out of him, who works so well with the players that we've got already. We know he's already got that relationship there with the English players, and he will build ones with our other attacking options and Fernandes, etc. But if he goes more than 100 million and he has a storm in Euros and he starts eating into a budget for us maybe needing the new centre-back, or which is what we really need, isn't it? Then you start questioning the price tag. But I'd love to see him at United, but you know, he is worth it. But is he? If it gets above that 100 million, I'd start to worry.
He doesn't do a lot for England though, does he, Sancho?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
he's all right for England, but he's never sort of. I've been impressed when I've seen him at Dortmund, but for England, I always think he does okay. I don't think you look at him and go, "There's the fucking one you want."
Yeah.
But you think that when you see him at Dortmund. Do you know what I mean? Also, Tom Jackson in the chat says, "No way, it's Joe from Winging It."
Yeah. Wing it.
Wing it. I was about to say,
Wing it.
When's that back on?
Gonna be in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to lose a bit of weight first.
Just go on, indulge me. So anyone
my
who
YouTube
know.
channel.
Yeah.
Review chicken wings. Great fun. We have a good laugh there. We try spicy ones. Try nice ones.
What do you just travel around Manchester? Just
and if anyone wants me, I'll come to you. Rock up with a camera.
Yeah.
Film it, review it, stick it online.
What's your best place you've been to?
It's called Faux Q.
Faux Q.
Faux Q.
Right.
Faux Q.
Right.
What is that? Faux Q. Yeah. Faux Q.
Right, I was only asking.
Faux Q.
Right.
Faux Q. Faux Q. No, PHOQ.
Right.
They sell pho, which is like a soup, and it's called Q. The guy who runs it.
Nice.
Faux Q. And if they open a second, it's going to be called Faux Q2.
I like it.
Yeah, don't know about the third one.
Right. It's a mystery.
Faux Q3.
Perhaps, yeah. Who knows? Abhinav Pandey says in the super chat, the Sancho deal seems so detailed that they must be negotiating all sorts of stuff. What pen colour to use to sign, etc. Oh, sorry. Do they use the piano, etc.? God, I hope they don't use the piano. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that
Alexis
was
Sanchez
a great
unveiling video. It's the worst video ever.
I like it, mate. It was a bit of show, wasn't it? It was put on a show.
The problem with it is when you look back in retrospect, he was arguably the worst signing in our history. If you do an equation of expectation versus reality,
doing a lot of maths today on the show, aren't we? I didn't know this was going to be the case.
Then I think he's our worst.
You're our Rachel Riley, aren't you, on Stretford Paddock?
Mate, no comment. If you look at what was expected and what we got, it's been a worse signing. Because you can say, well, all right then, we bought worse players. Bebe was a worse player than Alexis Sanchez, but no one thought Bebe was going to help win us the league or help us catch Manchester City. People thought that when we got Sanchez, and he was pretty useless. I mean, he had a good game against Yeovil.
And we all thought that was going to be the change, the turning point, didn't we? But in terms of unveiling videos, it was a good video. At the time.
Right, okay.
At the time was good. But yeah, hindsight is a great thing.
Podge Benson says 60 odd likes, 600 odd likes away from Tom getting his cake.
Come on.
We said if we got 1,000 likes, Joe was going to get Tom, whatever his name is. I've forgotten your name, Tom. But get back in the chat. I'll remember it if you come back on.
You might be gone.
They were going to get him a chocolate fudge cake. So
not a slice as well. Let's put it out.
What?
I'm not going to get a full cake.
A slice?
Well, it depends where I'm getting it from.
You literally said a cake, now you're on a slice.
It depends if I'm getting it from a dessert place. It's going to be a slice.
I might just get him a picture of a cake instead, eh? Fucking hell.
Ooh, okay.
Eh?
Cheaper. What have you got camel cake for his birthday tomorrow?
He just told me, right? You know for well, I'm working on it. I am working on it, right? He just told me half an hour ago. And, you know, my mother-in-law makes cakes at Christine's Tea Room on Liverpool Road in Earlham, if you want to check it out.
She's got her own cake shop.
Couldn't worry about that kid. Yes, she has.
I've
not had much notice.
I wasn't worried. I was asking what you mean. Right, so say that again.
What?
What's it called?
Christine's Tea Room, Liverpool Road in Earlham.
And is it a tea room?
Yes. Oh. But she makes cakes.
Tin, scones.
Oh, yes, mate.
Tea cakes.
Yes.
Butter.
Oh, honestly, mate, it's sick. Like, in a good way.
Butter.
Yeah, so go and check it out if you're in
She makes her own, she must buy in the tea cakes. They're hard to make.
She makes everything, mate.
You're joking.
Seriously.
Tea cakes are hard to make.
Don't you fucking worry about that, son. It's all there for you. But my point is, I've not got enough time to get to make him a cake, so I might have to buy him one or something. Yes, what a day. What a day, he's just shouted out. So anyway, Jadon Sancho, there's other developments as well with Jadon Sancho, and that is United have got 7 weeks, because you like your sums, don't you? But according to reports, I think this was in Bild, the German publication, that if Dortmund are saying, right, we'll give it to the end of July. If it's not done by the end of July, it ain't happening. We're not waiting around. They did this last summer.
They did. And we were doing it probably every summer until we
and we were
signed
like,
at the age of 33 and he does a Cavani and joined us for a year.
We don't fucking bother with deadlines. We'll do what we want. And they were like, will you now? He's like, yeah, watch us. And I'm like, well, you're not having him.
If he doesn't do anything in the Euros, then hopefully maybe his price stays low.
You're putting a lot of weight in these Euros, you aren't you?
You can get stung from Euros. Let's not forget.
3 words. Karol Poborski.
Yeah, but also Wayne Rooney. He made his name in the Euros, 2004.
Yeah.
He did, didn't he?
But I think that helps us. Do you know why? Because everyone then was like, and Newcastle were like, we'll get him. And that made us get him quicker.
Yes.
Because when Newcastle was sniffing around, Fergie went, fuck that, right, we'll have him.
Yeah, not
So it worked out right. And also, I know he didn't do much, did he, Rooney? Didn't really get up so much, did he? It sort of fizzled out his career, didn't he, after he came to Old Trafford?
Great player.
Yeah, just record goal scorer and won every honour you can possibly win as a footballer.
Great guy as well.
Yeah, have you met Wayne Rooney?
I think I've seen him.
Well, he's a great guy. I thought you knew him.
No,
I've interviewed him a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah, he was decent when I was at G103. Yeah, he's a good lad.
I'm running low on energy. What could I do?
Did you want a Red Bull?
Ooh, that's a bit wild though. I'll have a sip of one. Would Steve mind?
No, to Steve.
Go on, again. I'll have something. I'll have something.
Yeah, sorry. Joe's just decided that he's running low on energy. Look at that in that fridge. Is there a Tango in there?
Is there? I'll have a. Oh, do you want a Tango? No. Sorry, I'm running low on energy. But if you want this content to be as good as it is,
alcohol in there. Why is not soft drinks for?
Come on, soft drinks. I'm fine.
In recovery.
Are you not fully recovered now?
Oh, Tom Greenwell it was who wanted the cake, and he's in Australia.
Fuck off. What?
Yeah.
There's caveats to this that I didn't know about.
Still here, Jay, and for full transparency, I am in Australia, so it's going to be a hell of a bus ride for Joe.
Fucking
Well,
hell.
you made your fucking bed. You can sleep in it, Joe, so you go to Australia. Seriously, didn't you go on holiday once with strangers?
Yeah, but not to Australia. That would have been some fucking trip.
Peter Kelly says the Euros won't affect Sancho's price unless he's a breakout player, especially at that price. It wouldn't really increase the price. There is a sort of school for
It would. It bloody would.
No, because he's had such a good sort of few years, hasn't he, in Germany. Everyone raves about it. Everyone knows him. If he does well in the Euros, say he has a stormer against Scotland or whatever, are people going to suddenly go, oh, who's he? What? Do you know what I mean? It's not like, I get where Peter's coming from here. It's not like he's an unknown entity that suddenly could become amazing.
As you say, do you remember Rodriguez? James Rodriguez?
I remember him.
Yeah.
I know him well.
He's the story of what a tournament can do to a player. Everyone wanted him after his spell.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it could add a couple of mil on.
It could.
There's a lot of small... No, there's a lot of... What the hell is
What
that?
the hell is this?
What the hell is that? Energy. There's a lot of...
Energy? It doesn't look like a cup of ice.
Or we.
It does look like we, doesn't it?
There's a lot of big clubs, Jay.
Yeah.
You look at around Europe, right, in the French league, the Italian league, Juventus, they failed this season. PSG didn't win the league. Both Madrid and Barcelona were picked to the post by Fletko. They've all got a bit of money. They need to strengthen. They're attacking lineups. Sancho has a good game. It adds to the price. I am positive about it.
Right. You make a very coherent
that was what I was
and
getting
established argument, but
Thank
I think
you.
you're fucking wrong. Right?
Thank you.
No,
I'm not wrong.
Right. Barca and Real Madrid are in all sorts of financial trouble. Jadon Sancho is already sort of invested in coming to Manchester United. That's not an issue, right?
You talk to him.
Right? Mate, if that or every single journalist in the fucking world's been wrong for the last 18 months, right? So, does he want to go to Barcelona or Real Madrid? Possibly, but has he sort of been speaking to them? Has he got this agreement in place? No, he hasn't. Okay. Also, have they got money? No, they still think the fucking Super League's a goer because they're so skint. And even by their standards, they're really skint. I don't know if Jadon Sancho is that player. I think they're more likely, if they've got big money, to go for someone like an Erling Haaland.
Okay.
But we'll see. Joe, mate, get involved in the chat. Do you think Joe's right? Do you think that if Jadon Sancho has a stormer in the Euros, that it could increase his price and could cause problems for Manchester United? Or do you think that it's almost done in terms of what the fee is going to be and what the deal's going to be?
I'll be back.
Yeah?
I'll be back. When's the Euros finish?
The Euros?
Yeah. July something.
July?
Book me in for July 15th, the day after. I'll be back.
All right, he's going to be back.
Wait, no, actually, a couple of weeks after that anyway.
Why?
Because then it will really, we'll really know what's happening.
Then we'll really know.
Hey, the energy's kicked in.
What's going on. So he will be back, and we'll find out whether he was right about Jadon Sancho. Let's talk about Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, talking to Euros, he's away with England, but apparently the England players from Manchester United and Manchester City could be having a little word with him. I think this was Rio Ferdinand was talking about that, and he was saying that when he was away with England, I think it was Nicky Butt who was telling him about United and saying, do you want to come to United? And he was like, fucking right, dude, I want to win trophies and play for Fergie. And Nicky Butt went back to Fergie and said, Rio's on board. So Fergie was like, right, put a bid in towards Leeds. got him. Real suggesting that the same thing could be happening with Manchester United and City players now. Marcus Rashford could be saying to Harry Kane, "So I come play alongside me for United." Phil Foden or whoever could be saying it to him as well about City.
Phil Foden, great lad. Sometimes I just think he doesn't know what day it is, Phil Foden.
Wow,
he's just so good at football and focused on football.
Yeah.
Other thing, like the Gaza stuff yesterday with his hair.
Oh, no, I didn't hear about it.
You don't think he's... Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't just everywhere on every fucking news.
I just don't think he knew what was going on.
What did he went in to buy some sausages? Like, is this the butcher's?
What do you mean?
Hang on a minute, why's my fucking hair grey? What's going on here?
Sometimes
this was a meat shop.
I just think he's so good and focused on football. I don't see him going over to Harry Kane going, "Hey Harry, come to City." I just don't. I just don't.
So good. He's so good at focus on football that during a training session he can't possibly say words as well.
Is what more likely is Harry Maguire. Come here, Kane. We're both called Harry. There's a start.
Yeah.
Come to United.
Right. And then
we don't have a functioning swimming pool.
John Stones is stood there, and John will go. Come and sit and go, and Harry Maguire will go to Harry Kane. Will go. What's his name? John. What's our name?
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah, John. What, 60 years old.
Do you want to play with John or do you want to play with another Harry?
Yeah.
Hey, think about it. That's what gets you the deal. Yeah, that's how it works. I like that. I like you thinking.
Henderson.
Jordan Henderson.
What does your name begin with? Hey, no, it doesn't work. Oh, here he goes. I know. You know what my favourite wrestler was? Kane. I can be the Undertaker to your Kane. What were they called? What were they called? Kane and the Undertaker.
That's Jordan Henderson trying to woo Harry Kane.
Henderson can get lost.
Yeah. That's not happening, is it?
No.
That saying my favourite wrestler was called Kane ain't gonna work. But Harry Maguire saying my name's Harry, your name's Harry. Let's go United together. That's a goer. Yeah, I think you're right. Gibbo says brothers of destruction.
Really? Yeah.
There's just a bit of slander going on of Phil Foden now.
I didn't mean it, Phil. You know.
Danny Shields says Harry and the Henderson. I like it. I don't think we're convincing him to come. I don't think we've got the money for him to come. I think Harry Kane could turn around to the United players and say, "I would love to come to Old Trafford this summer," and they could tell fucking Ollie and go, "Listen, I've just spoken to him. He's mad keen." Yeah. And Ollie would go, "Hey, Joe Glazer, can I have 110 million quid for Harry Kane? He's really keen." And Joe Glazer would go, "No."
Right.
And then go, "Right, okay."
Right, Joe. It's role play.
Go on then.
I'll be Joe. Right.
Joe.
I'll be Joel.
Joel. Right. Okay.
You come to me.
Yeah.
You want both Sancho and Harry Kane.
I'll say, "How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah,
how's it going?
great
you okay?
to see you. You're
Good to
the
see you.
manager.
How's everything going?
I'm loaded.
Looking well.
I love it.
Well.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Just a couple of things.
Yeah.
Thanks for the floodlights, by the way. Love them.
Swimming pool. A couple more weeks.
Yeah. Don't worry. The lads love going to the baths. Love going to the local baths. Jadon Sancho.
Yeah. Right. Here's what I'm throwing to you.
Yeah.
You're only allowed one of them. I will pay for one of them.
One of them?
Yeah.
Great idea, but why don't we do this?
No,
why
Jay.
Why don't you spend 90 million?
No, Jay.
You call me Jay? I thought it was Ollie.
Ollie. No.
You fucked this right up already.
No, Ollie.
What's this
You're
accent?
only allowed... I thought it was a bit... You're only allowed... one of them.
Is this your American accent?
It is.
Right.
Hiya, Jay.
I'm Ollie.
Ollie, fuck. Hiya, Ollie.
What's in that Red Bull?
It's great to see you. How's the swimming
do you know what, Joel?
Right, no, you're trying to dodge my question. You're only allowed one of them. Right. I'll give you the money, Jay.
Right.
Ollie. Jolly. I'll give you the money, Jolly. But you're only allowed one of them.
Yes.
Who are you going to buy? Who are you going to buy? Who are you going to buy?
I'm going to buy Jadon Sancho.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And can I have the swimming pool fixed, please?
So I'd buy Kane.
Why?
Because I think he's the missing piece that we actually really need.
To be honest with you, if Harry Kane came to United, we'd all be buzzing. But there's several reasons I don't think that'll happen. One, I actually think they'll look at it and go, at 28 years old, for the money that's being touted, he's overpriced, or that he's too much. Because you got to remember, this is the Glazers. These aren't just owners that are ploughing money into the club or even letting us spend our own money.
They did spend I know this is American football, but they did spend a lot of money on an old man to come and throw a ball.
What the fuck has that got to do?
Well, you're just saying because Harry Kane's old. Like, didn't they?
No.
What's he called? That guy, the really old guy.
Tom Brady. And that's
they better spend a good bit of money on him. He's 40.
The Buccaneers. They give a shit about the Buccaneers. They give press conferences for the Buccaneers. They live near the fucking Buccaneers. They don't give a shit about Manchester United Football Club. They just don't. And there's no way they're going to buy, in my opinion, you may disagree, a player who's at 28, by the time the season starts, I think he'll be 28 years old, who's going to have no resale value for them. Harry Kane could come in, he could score 50 goals next season. They're not going to get the money back for him if they sell him on. They'll get fuck all for him. Jadon Sancho could come, spend 5 years at Manchester United, and we could sell him for 100 million because he's still only 26 years old. And I think that's how they'll think. I get you. If Harry Kane came, I'd be buzzing because he's guaranteed 30 goals a season. But I just don't see them doing it. I think they'll look at Jadon Sancho and go, yeah, there's resale value there. He's a player that we can get in and get 5 years out of. Harry Kane, he's had injury issues. He's not injury prone.
Yeah.
But they might look at him and go, we get 3 seasons out of him. We're 31 in 3 years. And then he goes for fucking pennies. Do you know what I mean? I just think that's how they think. Danny Shields says, if Kane comes, we still have no right side and can't break down low blocks because everything still goes down the left. Sancho balances our attack. What do you think of that one? Or do you still think Mason on the right, get Kane in the middle would be
I like Mason on the right.
Yeah.
I also found it quite nice when Pogba drifted out wide sometimes, because in that case, so we have Sancho, Rashford, yeah?
Yeah, for me.
Now, this is next season. Cavani's sitting up top if he's not injured. Fuck knows where Martial's going. Then your midfield's what? McTominay, Fernandes and Pogba. Because we found a place for Pogba, and we found a place for him really well when he was out on the wide.
Was he though? Because
I think he had some
all right,
storming games.
Yeah, right, but the thing is with that is you're just sort of sacrificing Marcus Rashford for it. Because Marcus Rashford on the right was not half as good as he was on the right.
So you're sacrificing someone anyway, aren't you? You're sacrificing Greenwood basically for Sanchez.
I think there's a third option, and that is you go out and you buy a CDM who can actually do the fucking job of a CDM. Because the problem you've got at the minute is either Fred or McTominay are not.
So your attacking lineup is all fit next year.
Yeah.
Who's your front three or whatever you do?
Well, your front three would be Marcus. As it stands at the minute, it's probably Marcus, Cavani, Mason.
Yeah.
If we get Jadon Sancho,
I'm saying you get Sancho.
You'd rotate Mason and Cavani in the middle. Martial as well, because I still think he's got a little bit of life left in him.
I would like that if they rotated.
Yeah, and then Bruno's in the 10. And then probably you'd have Pogba sitting alongside an actual CDM, but not having to do the CDM.
McTominay not become a nice CDM.
Maybe. I'd love to see that. I like Scott McTominay. I just don't think he is.
There's going to be a couple of names sacrificed, isn't there?
I just feel that for me is almost as important as getting a right winger is getting a CDM in.
Yeah.
More important even than getting a defender in. I think you need someone who can do that role because Matic is gone on it. His legs aren't what they used to be.
His legs are gone.
And Fred, fucking hell. Like, he's an absolute liability at times in that role.
Van der Beek as well. I feel sorry for him, Bake or whatever.
Yeah, he's
missing out the Euros this year.
He needed that, didn't he?
Pretty good.
He needed that summer
I think
in the
really
Euros to remind everyone what he's about. Because he had hardly any games.
Man,
4 Premier League starts.
He looks like such a nice guy as well. I wish he would looked a bit more evil looking. Do you know what I mean? Wish he frowned more.
Scowled.
Yeah, then I'd be like, it's all right.
He hasn't got that though. Has he got one of them faces that can get away with that? Because he just looks like such a little lad. Like if he was walking around with scowl, he'd just look like an errant toddler.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, give him some sweets and he'll be all right. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't really got that in him. So I think it's probably better that he does that. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So, Kane or Sancho, let us know in the comments. It's looking likely to be Sancho. Will it be Kane? Who knows? David De Gea's got a decision to make.
Yeah, big one. So do we, don't we?
Well, yeah, I think Manchester United and David De Gea have got a decision to make. As you can see there, it says the goalkeeper's had a mixed season with Dean Henderson becoming United's #1 and a nightmare Europa League final. I mean, the Europa League final thing, it wasn't great, but it is a little bit over-exaggerated because not saving penalties in a shootout, I don't think necessarily is the worst thing in the world. And not scoring a penalty as a goalkeeper is the worst thing in the world either. I think that my problems with David De Gea aren't really what happened against Villarreal. The issue I've got with David De Gea is I just don't think he's the same player he used to be.
Yeah, I don't think
he's
so as well.
Almost fallen off a cliff form-wise. In 2008, I think was it the Spurs game when we went up to Dubai?
Yeah.
To come back, we beat Spurs 1-0. Marcus Rashford scored that goal, and David De Gea it was like he reached his peak in that. He was just amazing. He saved, talk about Harry Kane, didn't he, and Dele Alli and Son. They couldn't get past him. They had chance after chance after chance, and he saved everything. And yeah, and everyone, you know, if you'd have probably said who's the best goalkeeper in the world, you'd have said David De Gea at that time. Since then, how many mistakes? And I don't even mean like dodgy things about coming for crosses, which is always a question mark over him, but mistakes against like Watford, Everton, Crystal Palace, City, Barcelona.
Yeah.
I mean, glaring errors as well in some case. Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Just mistakes, just giving him goals. Do you know what I mean? And it just seems to me like if you were just judging him off the last 18 months, he wouldn't get in United's team.
No.
That's why probably he's not getting in United's team, to be fair.
Yeah, and that is why. But I don't think he is a player who sits on the bench and just watches Henderson become number one. I think he might want to go somewhere. I know recently he's had a child as well. So does he want to go back home? Does he want to go back to Spain? Do we get money off for him if we sell him? I think so. I hope so. Anyway, you know, what did we buy him for? 20 million, 25 million, something like that, didn't we? I'm sure we bought him for that back in the day, 2012, 11. And if we get nearly 10 years out of him and still can sell him on for a profit, it's not a bad career for him at United. It's not a bad business for us, and I think we may part ways soon to save face. And also maybe he wants to leave. I know it's not the best thing to leave with a penalty miss and not winning the cup, but United shouldn't have been down. I know this is old territory that we're bringing up here. United shouldn't have been needing David De Gea to score a penalty for us to win the Europa League. We should have won that game. So it's unfortunate that everything's been put on him. But I'd rather see him leave soon. He's still the legend that he was. He's still one player of the season, 3 or 4 seasons on the trot. When we needed him the most, he probably saved us from utter embarrassment so many times. He'll still always be a United legend, I think.
Yeah, he was one of those players, wasn't he? He's probably the only player we had for a spell who you could argue would get into any team in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have anyone else. Maybe Pogba on his day, but there wasn't anyone else for that sort of 3 or 4 year period. Kept winning the Player of the Year as well, didn't he? That annoyed Mourinho that much that he went and created the Scott McTominay Player of the Year award just to give it a manager's award to someone else. So he does deserve credit, and I think, you know, if he did go away and then came back one day with the opposition, he'd get a standing ovation.
What is he saying here then? What is he saying? Is he saying something, or is he in the Spain squad? Yeah, he's in the Spanish squad.
Yeah.
Is he number one? Spain's number one.
I don't know. Is he Spain's number one? I'm not sure. I don't think he is.
Spain have got a dodgy-looking team, but they could go far. I mean, we might meet them on the way to, if certain things happen in England, could meet Spain pretty early on. Again, it could be a nice, if he is Spain's number one, for him to have a lovely tournament, and maybe we could put a nice price tag on him. I know people are taking a piss at me because they say keep having lovely tournaments, but it adds a bit of money to your pot.
He hasn't started in the last 3 games.
He hasn't started. Who has started? Fernandez. Simon.
That's it.
Fernandez and Simon. Oh, I don't know him.
Do you know what though?
Is he Spain's number one? I bet the comments know.
Yeah, let's have a look here if we can just get on the comments as well. Unai Simon. People saying Unai Simon. Yeah, Simon.
That's
loads
not
of people
even
saying
Spain's number one.
Who realistically replaces David De Gea, says James, that's objectively better. Aquila Rosa says De Gea wins points with shot stopping. Dealing with corners seems to be his weakness. Used to think he could not command box. Jones and Smalling though, so fair enough. No, but for me, it's not had Jones and Smalling in front of him for a long time, and he still doesn't command his area.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can say that. Mental Bowles says get Lloris from Spurs. Remember, goalkeepers can play till 4. I don't even rate Lloris that high.
Nah, he's not.
He's okay. I know he's a World
Why?
Cup
What's wrong
winner.
with Henderson?
Well, Henderson now is our first choice. I still think the jury's out on Henderson. There's a touch. Someone said this to me the other week, and I get where they're coming from. There's a touch of the Joe Hart's about him.
Ooh.
You know, like
just
a bit sort of giddy and OTT, and it's like it's all right, that sort of stuff. But
Joe Hart fell hard as well.
Yeah, is it like
Christ? He fell hard.
I think the difference with David De Gea and Dean Henderson is David De Gea is probably the more talented of the two.
Yeah.
But Dean Henderson thinks he is.
True.
And he's got that confidence and that swagger and that nuttiness to sort of, I am a Manchester United goalkeeper, this is my area. Where David De Gea's like...
Do we have anyone coming through as well in the United?
Well, we just let go of Jacob Carney. I think he's been on loan at Portadown. We obviously brought in Tom Heaton. I know he's not coming through. He's 35 years old, but that's pretty much a done deal. He looks like his third choice. Lee Grant apparently getting an extension. No, that's.
I like Lee Grant.
I like him. But I think he might be joining the coaching staff as goalkeeping coach or something.
That's
like
nice. Get him on the show.
Is it? Is that nice?
I like Lee Grant.
Why?
He's just, he's your everyman, isn't he?
We're not running a fucking.
Sometimes we need
Make
to.
a Wish Foundation.
Right,
You
well,
know what I mean?
I'll start.
That's just. Oh, he's nice. He can play. No, I mean, I don't dislike Lee Grant. He's a baldy. I'm with him.
Well, I'll get rid of one of your favourite players then. Juan Mata.
Why are you getting rid of my Mata?
Because he's just a midfield Lee Grant.
No, he's not though.
Yes, he is.
Did Lee Grant come on and score a penalty against Villarreal in the Europa League final?
I bet he would have. I bet he wouldn't have missed like De Gea.
Hey?
Hey? You're lying.
Juan Mata came on.
You're lying
and
to
scored.
yourself.
He delivered. Juan
You're
Mata
lying
is
to
the
yourself.
greatest Spanish player that's ever played in the
What?
Premier League.
What's up?
Mike McGrath spoke about Juan Mata.
Yes, Mike Maguire, we had on the Tier 1 Transfer podcast, spoke about
What
Juan
did he
Mata.
say?
Contract talks are ongoing. So he's going to stay.
Listen, I like both of them.
No, you like him now, don't you?
No. Listen, I like
Eh?
both of them. But your point was Lee Grant. There's nothing. I just say Matt is the midfield. Lee
Juan
Grant.
Mata, name me a better Spanish player that's played in the Premier League. Go on.
I'm not going to say it.
Go on.
Go to me. I'm
Go
not
on
gonna
and say it. What's the matter?
Some.
No, you. What's your opinion? You name
Some.
one. Yeah?
I've heard rumours.
Yeah?
Would say David Silva.
Talking shite. Utter rubbish. What comes out of your gob? Hey, how many times has David Silva won the Champions League?
No.
None is the answer. So there, David Silva. Listen, if Juan Mata had been in that team, he'd have scored more goals than David Silva, right? That is a fact, right?
It's probably not going to be
That
true.
is a
Could be
fact.
true.
Juan Mata, yeah? David Silva has Juan Mata pictures on his wall. It's a fact. Right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to Harry Maguire, missing the Croatia game, still injured. A little bit concerned that he's not fit and he's in the Euros, to be honest with you. I don't think he should be going.
No.
If you're not fit to start, you shouldn't be going.
Well, it just depends. They love that. They love that saying. It's nice to have him around.
What the fucking hell does that mean, though? I'm with Keno on this.
Yeah, I know what you're
And
saying.
also, what message does that send to the other defenders? You're there in training, like you're Ben White and you're Tyrone Mings, and you're trying your hardest. And you're basically there looking over at Harry Maguire who's got fucking ice packs on his knee going, or his ankle going, I'm only here until he gets better. That's how shit I am. He's injured, but I'm still not, good enough to fucking send him
Do you know
home.
what it's like?
It's like a proper kick in the fucking teeth, isn't it?
Do you know what it's like? It's like, I don't bring this up because I know you're in recovery, but it's like when you go for a drink with some mates, one of them's not drinking.
Yeah.
No, as in like, not because he doesn't want to, but because he's driving.
Yeah.
But he's here, he's here to have round.
Yeah.
But it does bring the mood down a bit, because he's not with everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no. But yeah.
So what you're saying is I bring the mood
No,
down.
no, you don't because you're doing it for a good reason.
Okay.
This is, I knew, we're falling off a
Sorry,
cliff,
the
this one.
fact,
No, because you're doing it for a
drug
good
addict
reason.
and alcohol.
You're doing it for a good reason.
Alcoholic.
I'd
It's such a
applaud
fucking
you.
burden on your social calendar.
I'd
Do you know what
applaud
I
you.
mean?
I'd
Fucking hell.
applaud you.
You know
I'd
what
take
I
the top
mean?
off for you.
Nearly 7 years sober, and that's the thanks I get.
No, I should have said that one.
It was an awful analogy to use across the fucking table from me. I can't believe you went there, actually. I'm disgusted. No, I know what you mean. The point is, Harry Maguire,
Thinking of another one now.
he's not fit. He shouldn't be there. From a United point of view,
Actually, here's a good one.
Go on, then.
Here's a good
Fucking
one.
hell, what is this
right?
now?
It's like when you go to Alton Towers
Yeah.
and someone in the group doesn't like rides.
Yeah.
He can hold the bags.
yeah.
So that's what Maguire can do. He can't play. He can hold everyone's bags.
But this is what I'm saying, right? You've got 26 places in that squad. It's just, that's not unlimited, obviously. And we're taking 2 players that aren't fit. You're wasting 2 places.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, Harry Maguire's not going to be fit for the Croatia game. What's the game after that? Is it Scotland? Who is it?
Yes, Croatia, Scotland, and Czech Republic.
Right. So, he might be fit for one of the group games or 2 of the group games. Yeah, is it Scotland after that? He might be fit for Scotland. If not, he'll be fit for the Czech Republic.
Yeah, but
if you have a stormer as well in the Croatia game, you say we play Croatia, we win 1-0. Ben White plays, for example, as a stormer. You go, you're out now because Harry Maguire's fit.
Yeah, you are. But United would have done the same.
stupid.
We would have done the same as United manager. Europa League final, he's back. Oh, but he's not played for the semis. Fucking put him in. He's the best defender we've got. Done you there, Anna?
No, you haven't, because we didn't put him in because he wasn't fit.
Yeah, but what if he was and he didn't play the semis?
I've done you there with this fucking hypothetical
redeem
analogy
yourself.
that didn't happen. I mean, for me, I just personally don't. If you're not fit enough to go to the tournament, start the tournament, I don't think you should go. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think. Do you think Harry Maguire should go to the Euros? Well, he's gone to the Euros. Do you think it's the right thing that he's gone? Do you expect him to play games? What would you have done? Right. Just finally.
Yeah, my parking's running out soon.
All right. Sorry. Hannibal Mejbri. We'll talk about him. He could be going on loan next season. I like Hannibal Mejbri. I think did he get his debut for Tunisia? He's decided to play for Tunisia. He could have played for France, but he's gone for Tunisia. He's obviously got Tunisian heritage. There's talk of him going to Wolves not Wolves. Galatasaray, in Turkey. Obviously interested in him. Saw him play for under 23s at the end of last season. He did his usual thing. I think he scored and got sent off because he's got a little bit of edge to him, which I quite like.
Turkey might not be the best place for him. Rough and ready that league over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
He might come back even more aggressive. There is certain players who need that spell, isn't there? And there is certain players who need nurturing and looking after and maybe bringing through the ranks. You know, and that's up for Ollie and the team to decide what player he is. Will he benefit or will he benefit more from just sticking around United? Maybe not getting as many games as he would do on loan, but learning more of the senior players, keeping a cooler head, getting that side of the game out of him a bit. I mean, still keeping the aggressive side, because I do think we miss aggressive players, but the ones that get sent off all the time. But
do you see what got sent off though for waving an imaginary card?
Oh, did he?
And what made me laugh about this is, I talk about this all the time, because he didn't just wave a card, he called the player over to give him the imaginary card.
No way.
So he got
Did
fouled.
he say it was a yellow or a red?
I think he said a yellow. So he went out, and the ref said, stop doing that. And he just ignored the ref. He said to the player, come here, you. Come here.
No.
Come here and get a yellow. And the referee just went, right, he was already on a yellow. I just told you not to do that. So give him a second yellow and sent him off. So didn't quite work out the way it should have been. But yeah, I like Hannibal. I think he's probably at least a season away from being ready. You're right.
Yeah.
What? Pulling faces for?
No, for nothing. We haven't had any good transactions in a while. Transitions, not transactions. We're not a bank. Anyway.
Right, sorry. People say Disciple Wally says send him to the Championship. James says send him to France for a year.
How many likes are we on?
500 odd. You've got away with it. You don't have to go to Australia to give anyone a chocolate fudge cake.
It's weird if someone's just tuned in.
Yes. We're going to wrap that up there. Joe.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for coming on, mate. I've
know,
enjoyed it. It's been a good laugh for you.
Wouldn't mind getting some more Instagram followers, to be fair. Can I plug that?
Yeah, of course you can plug whatever you want, mate.
John McGrath 95
John McGrath,
on Instagram.
95.
Could do some more Instagram followers, please.
Tell you what, we'll do a little picture here now for Insta.
1 sec.
Right.
Got a sweaty forehead.
Right, there you go. We'll put this on the Paddock thing.
It's my generic smile. Got a weird full manner.
Yeah, you have. I've always thought that about you. Anyway, just go and check him out on Insta. I'll do an Instagram post so you can go and check him out. I'll tag him in it on the Stretford Paddock Instagram post.
What content's coming out tomorrow?
We've got an interview with my all-time favourite player when I was a kid, and I'm gutted it wasn't me that did the interview.
Oh, who?
I'll just tell you, it's Paul Ince.
Lovely.
Adam McCall.
But don't you not like Paul Ince now on Twitter?
No, I love him. I mean, I might
take the
mick
mick
out
now
of him
and
sometimes.
again,
He does say some silly things, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I was heartbroken when we sold him to Inter Milan. But Maka sat down with him, and he's had a really good interview.
That'd be
that's
cool.
gonna
That'd be mega.
Yeah, it really is really good. I've seen some highlights of it, and it's mint. It's really funny as well. So that's coming out. We'll have me on the news in the morning as well.
Grafter,
mate, non-stop in this game.
doesn't sleep.
And I'm here tomorrow night as well with Adam McCall. Me and Maka are here on the Transfers Live. So make sure you are subscribing, hitting that subscribe button, give us a like, give us a share as well. Joe, go and check him out on Instagram.
Wish Cam a happy birthday tomorrow as well. It's his birthday tomorrow.
Yes, producer Cam is a big... How old are you, Cam, tomorrow?
46.
23, same age as me. Hey, when the good times roll. So make sure you wish him happy birthday if you're commenting tomorrow night. That's been Joe McGrath. I've been Jay Motty. This has been Stretford Paddock Transfers Live. Thanks for watching.